Welcome back, Agent. I know you were expecting a mission on the BAMS case, but unfortunately we have to pull the plug on it. I have a new assignment for you to make up on that, Lieutenant.
As the commander stated, the BAMS project had to be put on hold for the time being. It's the Vaughn case all over again. The same people who attacked Vaughn had nothing to convince the Shadow Sector to look into.
So another clickbait?
Yes, nothing but boring trap music, asking for donations, hitting the like button, and going off topic talking about people like Too Strong. We wouldn't want the public to sit through all that again. Luckily, the Septic Sector gave UP something to talk about. We've learned that there's a pattern from the Septic Sector. If they're not talking about UP, then their focus is on Too Strong, knowing full well that Too Strong doesn't give a rat's ass. Then it's Eat with Q. And when they get bored, then it's Phyl.
Who is Phyl?
That is for you to find out, Agent. Intelligence been picking up about this Phyl since we entered the unspoken sector. It seems the Septic Sector have a huge obsession with Philly, and it ain't her love for chitlings. But after watching UP's live stream, we learned that Phyl is pretty popular, and her fans will throw a kitchen sink to prevent the Septic Sector from ruining her reputation. Honestly, the entire unspoken sector needs to make that a trend.
So who do I need to take on? Money Boy, Truth Hurts, or the director's new punching bag?
Surprisingly, neither of them. A YouTuber known as B. Nicole has been surfacing. Remember, we don't know her, but everyone knows her. And from what we're hearing, this lady isn't well.
So another obsessed fan?
Even worse, Agent. She's Phil's estranged daughter, and their relationship is not candied yams and baked ziti. Your target is B. Nicole. Your mission is to investigate this bitter relationship between her and Phyl. Treat this mission delicately. According to intelligence, these two had a troubled past. Dismissed, and if you see something, write something.
Welcome to the lounge. My name is Shadow, and I have a story to tell. First off, I would like to apologize in advance about this episode I was planning on making. Unfortunately, after sitting through countless hours of bullshit about BAMS, I've came to a conclusion.
We ain't found shit!
I'm not going to waste another couple of days researching BAMS's bullies, particularly her former moderators. As far as I'm concerned, those people are just bothering BAMS. Just to be bothering her, no proof of her wrongdoings. Now let's focus on this week's current events. A long time ago, society was different. Corporal punishments, a supersized McDonald's meal was $5 and up. Candy bars were 50 cents. Even Popeye's biscuits were good back in the day. Unfortunately, while the economy back in the day was good before COVID-19, teen pregnancies were common. Unfortunately, back in the day, you as a teen who became pregnant, you didn't have a choice. The choice was already made for you. A kid back then didn't have these protections they have today. Back then, it's either get rid of the child or be homeless. Sadly, this girl was forced to give up her daughter, and it bothered her. 41 years later, this mother moved on with her life, and this mother became a YouTuber. Unfortunately, this mother finally met her daughter, an airman who has a deep grudge. 41 years of wondering why her mother abandoned her. This mother's name is Phyl, and the daughter is B. Nicole. This is a sad start of this story. Phyl has a troubled past. I'm not going to disclose most of her past, because it's pretty messed up on what she went through. But who is Phyl, you wondered? Phyl is a mukbanger, an activist, and even has a talk show. Nothing wrong with that. Just a hard-working woman doing her thing. Unfortunately, the Septic Sector, as UP calls them, really don't like Phyl. We'll take a deep dive into why in a future episode. For now, let's stick to the topic. This wasn't the first time I've heard of Phyl. UP mentioned her here and there. This was the time I was researching the unspoken sector. Unfortunately, when UP's channel was taken down a few months ago, so did her old live streams. So we're going to work with what we got. In the unspoken sector, UP decides to move on to another commentary focusing on the truths. With the Grabowski and hot water lately, UP will wait until the smoke clears. The story starts off when UP did commentary about B. Nicole, who did a video about being rejected by Phyl. For someone who is new to YouTube or found B. Nicole's channel, it will start off as an airman in the car telling an experience about her birth mother. Nothing wrong with that. Someone in the military wants to do a story to pass time, better than watching pranks. But as I watched UP's live, I realized something is horribly wrong with that video. The minute UP mentions the folks from the septic sector, that's when I learned that Splenda has an aftertaste. Phyl, like the others, was under attack by the septic sector, even went as far to create a movement to silence Philly. Just like the failed attempts to silence Eat with Q and others, B. Nicole finally found Philly. Of course, Philly was shocked that a daughter she forced to give up finally found her. So she tells Nicole to give her some time. Unfortunately, B. Nicole is a little impatient in the I just know you department. B. Nicole wasn't happy and cussed her out. She didn't want nothing to do with Philly, and Philly obliged. But B. Nicole is still bitter. Went as far as to hire the septic sector to spread the word about how a bad mother Phyl is, including some of Philly's family, the very same family that forced Philly to give up Nicole many years ago. And as usual, Philly was doxxed, the usual septic sector moveset. But what B. Nicole didn't realize, her attempts to ruin Phil's life ended up gaining supporters on Philly's side. Sadly, after that failed attempt, the entire family of Phil's is avoiding B. Nicole like the opening season of the Mets. They're sensing that she's a threat, and sadly, rightfully so. B. Nicole blamed UP for spreading a false narrative about the rift between her and Philly. But UP made it clear that she never went to Phyl for anything. She's a reactor. Whatever UP watches, she reacts to it. That's her job. That's her talent. I shouldn't have to spend time explaining adults how a reaction channel operates. You see, B. Nicole, Phyl was a kid at the time. She was in a time where society is treating women a bit harsh, despite the women's rights and civil rights movements. In some homes at the time, the woman's role is two things: make food and make love. And as far as teen pregnancy goes, Phyl was at the time where she didn't have no choice. Her parents made the decision for her. You really can't blame Philly for something her family made her do. That was the way society was back in the day. Instead of getting pissed at unspoken, direct your anger at your mentor, who spread out your receipts. That's how UP discovered this. But UP wasn't the only one who reacted to B. Nicole's video. Jasmine's Way also reacted to it. B. Nicole did something, because Jasmine went south side on the Airmen. Of course, the steak and sippers feel some kind of way about the former sipper. Oh, and a little birdie tells me that the leader of the sippers knows my identity. I got some bad news for big draws, like the clown. And this will be my last time I'll be saying this. I'm not getting paid to teach reading in the 3rd grade level. The only way I'll ever show my face is if I'll allow it. Good luck finding my family. They don't use social media. And again, they live in a stand your ground state. So I hope the septic sector got good health insurance, because they'll need it. And that's all I'm gonna say, moving forward. Every toddler temper tantrums about the shadow sector is considered irrelevant, like the people who bullied Bams and Vaughn. I'll be damned if I got to sit another half hour of rap music, let alone spending $13 on YouTube Premium, just for some dropout to tell me how to run my own channel, let alone who to support. We'll wrap this story up for now. This is only the beginning of a new saga. There's more to this drama in a future story. For now, this is Shadow signing off, and if you see something, write something.
Good work, Agent. Damn, that's messed up, finding a lost mother, but remain bitter to the point that you hired a group of people who wants to destroy your birth mother. This septic sector doesn't care who they target. The director already knows about their attempts to find him. Though they will fail, we need to start swinging back. Return to base, Agent. You got a lot of homework to study about the people attacking Phyl. If you guys are interested in the full story, the link will be in the comments section. Thank you for visiting Shadow Storyteller. If you like what you saw, click the like and bell buttons to keep up. Until next time.